Petunia the pigeon lived in a big, busy city. She had a cozy nest on top of an old clock tower, and every morning she flew through the streets to find food. But Petunia had one little problem. She got distracted very easily. One day, Petunia's friend Maverick the mouse asked her for help. "Petunia, can you bring me a crumb from the bakery?" he squeaked. "Of course." Petunia flapped her wings and soared toward the bakery. She was determined to do the task quickly, but the city was full of distractions. As she flew past a street musician playing a cheerful tune on his guitar, she found herself circling above him, bobbing her head to the beat. Just one more song, she thought, but then she remembered the crumb. She flapped her wings and hurried toward the bakery, but then she spotted a fountain in the park. The water sparkled in the sunlight, and other birds were splashing around. That looked so refreshing. Maybe just a quick dip, Petunia thought, already lowering herself toward the water. "No, focus, focus," she reminded herself, shaking her head. She pushed forward, but when she was almost at the bakery, she spotted a bright red balloon floating up into the sky. It drifted so slowly, twisting and turning with the wind. Petunia couldn't help but follow it, her eyes wide with wonder. Before she knew it, she had lost track of time. When she finally reached the bakery, all the crumbs were gone. Petunia sighed. "Oh no, I got distracted again." When she returned to Maverick with empty wings, she felt terrible. "I tried to focus, but everything around me was just so interesting," she admitted. Maverick smiled kindly. "It's okay, Petunia, but maybe next time, if you remind yourself of your goal and don't stop along the way, you'll be able to finish before getting distracted." The next day, Maverick asked for another crumb. Petunia took a deep breath. "I can do this. Stay focused." As she flew, she noticed another street musician, but this time she reminded herself, "Music later, crumb first." She passed by the sparkling fountain, but told herself, "I can play in the water after." Even when she saw another red balloon, she kept flying. "I won't miss out. I'll finish first, then have fun." Before she knew it, she had reached the bakery, picked up a crumb, and returned to Maverick in record time. "Wow, Petunia, that was fast," Maverick cheered. Petunia beamed. "I learned that when I focus, I can finish my task and still have time for fun." From then on, Petunia always made sure to finish what she started before getting distracted, and it made life much easier. The end. Petunia the pigeon loved to fly through the busy city, but sometimes she had trouble focusing. There was always so much to see: bright lights, honking cars, delicious smells from food carts, and people bustling around. One bright morning, her friend Maverick, the mouse, had something exciting to teach her. "Petunia, today I'm going to show you how to find the best crumbs in the city," Maverick squeaked excitedly. "If you want the tastiest treats, you have to look for the busiest places, like outdoor cafes and food carts." Petunia nodded eagerly. "That sounds great." But as Maverick started explaining, Petunia's attention drifted. A bright red balloon floated up into the sky. and her eyes followed it as it disappeared into the clouds. "Petunia, are you listening?" Maverick asked, twitching his whiskers. "Uh-huh," Petunia mumbled. But then she spotted a squirrel leaping from one tree to another and turned her head to watch. Maverick sighed. "Okay, tell me, where do you find the best crumbs?" Petunia blinked. Near the playground?" she guessed, remembering the sound of children laughing in the distance. Maverick chuckled. "No, Petunia, you weren't paying attention. Let's try again." Petunia ruffled her feathers, feeling a little embarrassed. She wanted to listen, but her mind kept jumping from one thing to another. Maverick smiled kindly. "It's okay. Sometimes it's hard to focus. But if you take a deep breath and really try to listen, you'll remember better." Petunia took a deep breath. "I can do this. Focus." This time, she locked her eyes on Maverick and ignored the sounds of the city around her. She didn't look at the balloon, the squirrel, or the blinking lights of the street signs. Instead, she focused on Maverick's words. "The best places to find crumbs are outdoor cafes and food carts," Maverick repeated. When he asked her again, Petunia's eyes lit up. "The best places to find crumbs are outdoor cafes and food carts." "That's right," Maverick cheered. "See, when you focus, you learn so much faster." Petunia fluffed up her feathers proudly. "Wow, paying attention really helps." From that day on, whenever someone taught Petunia something new, she reminded herself to stay focused. It wasn't always easy, but she knew that learning was even more fun when she truly paid attention. The end. Petunia the Pigeon was full of excitement. She had a big idea. She wanted to build the coziest little nest on her favorite rooftop. A nest with soft twigs, fluffy feathers, and maybe even a shiny button for decoration. "This is going to be my best nest ever," she chirped happily as she flapped her wings in excitement. She flew down to the park to start gathering materials. Right away, she spotted the perfect twig, just the right size and shape. She picked it up and was about to tuck it into her wing when, whoosh, a bright yellow taxi zoomed past below. Petunia flapped her wings and leaned over the edge to watch. "Wow, that taxi is so fast," she said, forgetting all about her twig as she watched it weave through traffic. A few minutes later, she finally remembered her nest and went to find another soft feather. She was just about to tuck it into her growing pile of materials when, honk, honk, a street vendor rang his bell, selling warm pretzels. Pretzels," Petunia cooed, sniffing the delicious scent in the air. "Maybe I should grab a snack first. Then I'll keep working." She swooped down, nibbling on a few crumbs the vendor had dropped, and by the time she was done, she had completely forgotten about her nest again. The afternoon passed quickly. Petunia had stopped to watch a group of children blowing bubbles, then spent time chasing a bright red balloon that floated into the sky. By the time the sun started sinking in the sky, Petunia finally looked at her rooftop nest. It wasn't finished, not even close. She had spent so much time getting distracted that she hadn't made much progress at all. "Oh no," she gasped. "If I don't focus, I'll never finish before nightfall." Just then, her friend Maverick the mouse scurried by. "Petunia, what's wrong?" "I keep getting distracted and not finishing my nest," she sighed. Maverick nodded. It's easy to get sidetracked, but I have a trick. When I have a big job to do, I tell myself, one thing at a time. That way, I don't get distracted. One thing at a time, Petunia repeated. I like that. She took a deep breath and gave herself a challenge. No more distractions until the nest is done. She ignored the honking cars, the twinkling city lights, and even the delicious smell of pretzels. One thing at a time. Twig by twig, feather by feather, Petunia worked. She told herself she would finish before taking a break. Even when a shiny button rolled by and almost caught her attention, she reminded herself, I will finish my nest first. Before she knew it, her nest was done. It was soft, cozy, and just as wonderful as she had imagined. Maverick cheered. You did it, Petunia. Petunia fluffed up happily. I sure did. I just had to stay focused and take it one thing at a time. From that day on, whenever Petunia had a big task to do, she remembered to take it one thing at a time. And she always got things done. The end.